7:30 in the morning. I did not sleep much on the plane. Weird. 12.5 hour flight. Good seat. But just never felt tired. I did watch Phantom of the Open, which is a British-Scottish movie. It's phenomenal. It's adorable. And it's like G-rated except for like 4 F's. Anyway, but I still highly recommend it. This is the Changi airport. It's really cool. Okay, as like an amateur aviation hobbyist, you can't say you're an aviation hobbyist because somebody will be like, oh, what do you think of the difference between the 7878 and the 7879? Like, I don't know. I'm not that into it. But this airport is phenomenal. Maybe the coolest one I've been to. We're gonna go see. I don't know if I count this, but there's a thing called the Jewel, where my hotel is tonight. That's like airport adjacent. It's attached to the airport, but it's not like behind security, so anybody can go. And I guess it's just a place people visit. It's where like the big waterfall thing is. I'll take a picture of it. So the one that I went to, PVG in Shanghai, was really cool. Pudong Airport's also really, really nice. But this is up there. This might be, we'll see. If you include the Jewel, this might take it. But I'll send some videos. And I'll let you decide. I don't know how you're gonna decide that, but I don't wanna do it, because I didn't sleep. Now I'm tired. I think I'm just gonna try and like push myself and walk and do a lot today so that I can actually sleep tonight, because my body clock is already super messed up. Yeah. That's the outside of the Jewel. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna go check out the inside of it now. Or speaks English. I don't know the exact, I'm not gonna try and pretend that I know the history of the British Empire, but I know they drive on the left side of the road. Also reflected in escalators. I instinctively started going to the one on the right, and it's like, nope, up is on the left. Is that normal? Wait. Anyway, this place is insane. This place is insane. Look at like the trees. There's a straight up like rainforest. I'll go take some video. It's incredible though. All right, I'm gonna see if I can drop off bags. Fingers crossed. Bus elevator, not a Wonkavator. So unfortunately they do not store bags. That's my hotel. Look at just all the green. And you have this. I mean, this is one of the coolest just spaces I think I've ever seen. I assume later in the day, when everything opens around 10, I guess, later in the day that'll be a giant waterfall. We'll come back to that. Okay, this place, as I'm walking through, I'm like, oh, it's a mall, which is fine. But it's like what every mall like aspires to be. Look at how just thought through all the design is. Like every little shop is just like uniquely built. It's not form, whatever. It's gorgeous. And there's like some really cool looking places to eat and stuff. Super cool. Just random stop because again, this is a day of I'm playing whatever. I'm headed towards a McDonald's, and really close to the McDonald's is that's St. Andrew's Cathedral. It's Gothic in style, and it feels like really weirdly out of place because Singapore is generally a very like modern feeling with obviously like really strong Asian influence. So kind of it's not expected. Fun. To McDonald's. Singapore is more like those buildings. Those are cool. One thing I do know, like I don't know why that church building's there. I lost it. Whoa. I thought I'd be getting better at that by now. Well, anyway, it's still there. But I do know that most of the places I've stopped have been relatively cool. Even in Ecuador, Even in the Amazon, it wasn't like hot. This is like hot and muggy, and I'm still wearing long pants, and I regret that. And my bag's in storage, so I'm just gonna live with it and learn. That's what this is all about. You get uncomfortable and you learn things. You don't even know what you're gonna learn, but when you're comfortable, you don't learn. When you're uncomfortable, you do. So when you have really tired days in Singapore, I figure it's a good opportunity to grow. It's a lesson for the kids or something. I don't know. Somebody write a book about that. All right, new country, I'm mixing it up. Going to check out Paris baguette. Come on, I almost had you. I almost had you. You know what's there. So like close to standard fare, although like I'm getting a McMuffin that looks super different, and you can get it with a side of corn instead of hash browns, which I'm of course doing. And for drinks, you can get Milo instead of coffee, like the hot chocolate stuff. So I'm doing that. So it's different. Not like crazy different. It's not McCrocket, whatever. It's different. So, $2. Where's the price? Anyway, you tap your phone right there. $2, which is like $1.60 USD, and it takes these oranges, runs it to that machine down here into a little cup. Your fresh orange juice. Vending machines. Still pretty early in the day, so cleaning. This is another mall type thing, but good job, buddy. This was phenomenal. I mean, fresh squeezed orange juice, and $1.60 for a cup. I mean, that's crazy. And a machine does it. Singapore. Pleasant surprises. And then when you walk out of the mall, where that is, there's stuff like that. There you go. Look at that view. Oh. So Singapore, I've noticed, let me take that. Whoa, there we go. That's nice and warm. Singapore, I've noticed, you know what's funny, like big cities, I feel like when you go to New York, sometimes like a breeze will blow and you'll catch, it'll smell like, you know, urine or something. There's like whiffs of like unpleasant smells. In Singapore, I haven't had urine, but it's happened like 3 times now where, and like weird places too, like on the metro, like on the subway thing, we were in a tunnel and a breeze kind of hit funny and it was fish. It smells like fish. It's a port, but it could be worse. It's still not great. All right, doing a quick stop by this bay area in Singapore. That's a big chunk of the city. There's a cool, that's like the 3 buildings. Looks like they have a cruise ship that fell on it. There's the Merlion right over there. Yeah, and backdrop. I'll get closer to that. Anyway, I stopped at 7-Eleven because I needed some water and also a little bit of like Coke Zero boost because this is gonna be a push through it kind of day for the whole, you know, not sleeping on the plane thing. And the only Coke Zero flavor they had was this. Just like, I guess starring the artist Marshmallow, which is weird. Because I was like, well, it'd be kind of funny if it tasted like marshmallows and kind of dark and probably not very good, but it doesn't, so it's fine. All right, another day, another bike ride. This time in Singapore. Probably shouldn't do this one-handed when I'm tired. The view's great though. I will show you shortly when I turn the camera around. Because I don't know how I'm going to do that handing, so 1 second. There you go. That's the angle. There's the Merlion. That's a really cool building. Okay, bye. Not gonna lie, Singapore's pretty dang cool. I mean, not temperature cool, but in basically every other way. It's pretty clean. I've hardly seen any trash, graffiti, whatever. I mean, I know they're pretty big on that culturally and stuff, but super like modern. But it is in a pretty tropical climate, so they lean into that ton of natural beauty, just kind of like interwoven with the crazy cool architecture and like cool things to see and massive, you know, skyscrapers and stuff. I'm a fan. I know I just did this, but you turn a corner and you get like a completely different angle of like that skyline and like the major downtown hub stuff. Very nice. Just gonna get a little more of this bike ride because next to that, on one side, speed, and like this is the view. You feel like you're in this, you know, park in the middle of a zoo, but you're like surrounded by massive architecture. Like, I know I shouldn't be surprised because I've heard from everybody that's been to Singapore, like, oh, it's so cool because they blend, you know, human architecture and nature and interweave it in ways that are pretty magical. Like, people said that, but you see it and you're like, oh yeah, that is what they did. And they nailed it. To quote Elf, I'm in love, and I don't care who knows it. This city, in spite of being like 85 and feeling very 85 and muggy, is incredible. It's like a top 5 big city in the world for me. Maybe top 3, up there with like Seoul and New York. I don't know what it is about New York. There's not, anyway, New York, I couldn't tell you why. It's not about the energy. I think it has to do with like my grandma being from Brooklyn and like just the toughness of, anyway, New York. But Singapore, man. I've heard people complain it's expensive. I just came from Europe, so compared to Amsterdam and Madrid and stuff, this feels dirt cheap. I like the blend. It's clean. They have like biking paths and stuff, like so you can get around on foot. They've got good metro, whatever. I haven't seen, and maybe I've only been in the touristy areas. Maybe there are other parts. From my understanding, it's pretty universally like clean. People respect like the city itself. The architecture is incredible, and they mix architecture with nature. You like you're seeing these like, wow, that's a really cool building, and then you turn that way, and it's like this lush forest that you can just ride your bike through, and it's phenomenal. And they have vending machines that make fresh pressed juice for like $1.50. Yeah, this is awesome. This is a highlight. Huh. Singapore. Love this. Love this path. The city over there. That's nice. I don't know if I'll catch a sign, but to top it all off, because again, I'm still just I'm kind of reeling. Maybe I'm tired. Maybe in the light of a different day, I would be less impressed. Look, we got these like these pretty flowers. As if there wasn't enough going for it, occasionally you will see signs along this trail that say like otter crossing. They have wild otters, and you have to watch out for them. Do you know how cute otters are? You otter. That was That was terrible, and I promise it wasn't planned. I promise that wasn't planned. But look at this place. Look at those. With like all that in the background. I'm digging it, man. And I'm looking real hard for that otter. Okay, that was an awesome bike ride. The first half was definitely more scenic. I think I did the more back ride, and there was a lot of construction on the back nine, the last 30% of the ride or something. But overall, man, that was phenomenal. It's really, really gorgeous. But it is super humid. I am super sweaty. I'm gonna try to find some air conditioning. And in the interim, I found this like coconut ice cream place right there, right on the waterfront. And it may be touristy or whatever, but it is dang good. It's like vegan, it's just like coconut milk based, frozen, whatever. And it's not overly sweet. I'm blinking because I have sweat in my eye and I can't wipe it out because I have this and the phone, so I'm going to go now. Well, let me tell you about traveling in September on a Thursday just before 2 p.m. It's pretty awesome, especially when you're like self-conscious about the fact that you, I can't remember. I mean, I showered right before I got on a train in Amsterdam before riding to Frankfurt and waiting a couple hours to, anyway, it's been non-stop. I slept on a plane, I got off in Singapore, I can't get to my room yet, so I can't shower there. And, anyway, I was like, I don't want to be on a tight thing and be the stinky one. And I'm not, it's just me. It's amazing. And look at this massive, this freaking Singapore. I don't know what they're talking about. Anyway, the highest pedestrian bridge in the world. Anyway, I'm getting the tours that I'm not paying attention to. Look at that building. I don't know if you can see it from the pointing at. That's super cool. Yeah, I really like this place. This Singapore place. Although if you start searching for Singapore cable car discount, when you type DIS, the first thing is disaster. Apparently, but it was like in 1983, so it hasn't been a thing for 39 years, and it was something that obviously they fixed, and there hasn't been any incident since. But it was pretty dramatic because I guess somebody was like hanging from something. Anyway, so yeah, this is. I mean, that's Singapore. Anyway, this place is crazy, and this is a great time to be here. This is cool. So I actually listened to what they were saying now. There were anyway, the cable car is much longer than the first ride I was doing, and it's actually like a full round trip thing. It's called Sentosa Island, and it was a British naval base during World War II. And after the war, they converted a lot of the land into not Treasure Island. It's like not Treasure Island. Not the Island of Misfit Toys. What's the island that Pinocchio goes to? Anyway, it's all resorts and stuff. There's a Universal Studios something. There's probably really expensive villas right down there. They've got a couple beaches. Oh, but also that's still natural rainforest island, and there are lizards and peacocks and monkeys that live in those woods. What is this city? It's so cool. Did the bike ride, did the Skybridge thing, or the cable car. Super fun. I'm gonna go get a shirt for the one that I lost. Then I'm gonna go check into my hotel, get my bag back, check into the hotel, shower because I desperately need to. I'm just gonna take tonight real easy. I'm probably gonna grab a quick bite to eat wherever I get the shirt, and then I think I'm just gonna hang out because I'm in that really cool mall, the Jewel. That's where my hotel is, so I'm probably just gonna hang out there and probably call it early tonight because I haven't slept in like for real slept in. I'm too tired to calculate how long it's been. It's been a while. There's at least a 12-hour flight, 4-hour train ride, and however long I've been up there. Yeah, it's long enough. Mason wants me to not die, so thank you, Mason, for looking out for me. So yeah, I'm probably just gonna call it early night, and I'm fine with that because I came, I felt it's amazing, love it, and I must sleep. Just left. I don't think it's the night market that Natalie had in mind. I might still try to find that tonight, but there's just a general like chaotic street market. Reminds me of there's like several stores inside. There's like inside parts. There's parts inside the building. I need to sleep. There are parts inside the building that are, but it's like mostly clothes and fashion, and then like one whole floor of like nail parlors, mani-pedis and stuff. And it reminds me a lot of like the markets in China, like in Shanghai or Hong Kong, but they're not aggressive, which is nice. They're still cheap, but you don't have to do all the like bartering, and they're like, hey you, hey you, hey you, buy that. And also I got a Portuguese egg tart and something called a Taiwan sausage. Gonna try it out because that's what you're supposed to do. Okay, Taiwan sausage. It's very pink and it's really good. I don't know what to compare it to. It's like you added MSG to a hot dog maybe? I don't know. I don't know what the flavor is. There's a lot of like umami going on, but it's tasty. All right, yeah. I checked into my room, which is very like T-Mobile magenta. I'm not sure why, and also again very tiny. Although I think a better layout than the last one, which was like probably the same space but weirdly shaped. This you've got like a mirror. It's tiny. It's basically like the bed. That much space between the bed and the door. And then there's a theme here. How the place is tiny and tiny into, I'm not sure. But you know, it's a normal sized bathroom. A completely unmelted dryer. I know what to do with those. And yeah, so I'm going to shower because it's time. And then it's 4:30 here. I don't want to go to bed yet. But, so I think I'll like shower and kind of like plan some for tomorrow for Chiang Mai. I can't remember where I'm staying exactly tomorrow night. I know I'm planning on riding a scooter around northern Thailand, which I'm very excited for. I'm definitely planning to go to bed early, but like 8 or 9, not like 6. I got a bunch of like snack food, and I may still try to hit the night market. I'm probably not going to try and hit the night market. It's a busy day and I'm tired. I'm ready to lay down. I may just turn my brain off for a little bit, which is probably good. Probably a good thing to do. So this might be the last check-in for tonight, which is great because then I can put these videos together. After I shower, I'm probably going to go explore the mall because it's just outside and it's got that cool waterfall thing and the garden. So I'll probably go walk around there for a little bit, take a few more shots. I'm trying to figure out how to put my B-roll in because the software that I'm using, the app that I'm using on my phone, is not very good for just laying video over voice, or else I would do that. But I don't know if I just want to put it between segments. Anyway, figuring this out as I go. May or may not talk to you again tonight. That is all.